the third question, tough one again, this to be handled by Gopal and Sanjukta to lead. The question is, there are several certifications. Access to certifications are not a dear these days. Anybody can go and take up a certification. But what about merit concentration? Do you even value it? If I do a certificate and put it on LinkedIn, does anybody even care? Just you get the likes, of course, but does it mean anything to your career? Does it mean anything to the work you do? Maybe what is that means? And does this mean if somebody gets a certificate, the qualification, that's the first question is, does this certify you with merit that you have gained that skill? That's the first one. The second question is, what is companies doing to make sure that the skill, a certification becomes of some merit or value? So this is the question. So Sanjukta, to start.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I think it's tough. I think a lot of companies even now are being very traditional in their approach of hiring people. And, we spoke about IIT and IIM and all that stuff. And some companies are very clear about which colleges to go to, etc. But I personally feel that degrees and certifications were previously used by our hiring managers to sort of weed through the crowd and get a smaller qualified candidate group. But, some of the top companies in the US, especially, I think it's trickled down to India yet, but, they're not even looking to require a degree to hire employees. Apple CEO, Siemens CEO have famously said that they question the need for a 4-year degree because colleges today do not teach the skills business leaders are looking for in their workforce. So now with automation, we were discussing how it's ready to displace a quarter of our current skills. Employers have to turn to more innovative ways of hiring, and they have to target passive candidates or non-traditional talent pool to find the right skill set. Again, I can take an example from what we did recently. Our engineering organization is largely made of mechanical engineers, and we wanted female mechanical engineer talent. And like every other company, we have a campus recruitment process, and we go to, top tier 1, tier 2 engineering colleges across the country. But over the past years, we've realized that we're just not getting the skills and the talent we need. So we opened up a competition for 150 engineering colleges across the length and breadth of India. We created a huge marketing blitz around it. And finally, after fairly, difficult rounds of assessments, we zeroed in on 20 really the brightest mechanical engineering female talent from colleges, which I had never even heard of. I would not ever, put it on my list of hiring. But we picked, and all 20 came from, the nooks and corners of the country. And I think all of us have to be more open and more receptive that, talent is not just concentrated in those 1 or 2 elite colleges. And there are so many new organizations. I know Purnima talked about the education tech companies, Coursera, Skillsoft as examples. I see that all of them are reinventing themselves. Even the graduation and post-graduation courses are slowly reimagining their curriculum. They are tying up with organizations. We have ourselves tied up with BITS Pilani as an example to customize a 2-year course for our engineers. And, we do not use their usual course, but we've customized it for our organization, and we get BITS Pilani professors, and it's a real win-win situation. And, I cannot reiterate enough that this is such a ripe time for learning, right? The number of virtual courses, webinars out there, you have the flexibility to learn from wherever you are, from whoever you wish. Earlier, we used to not have access to a lot of great speakers from the global arena, but now they are available to you on your desktop. There was recently, to your question, Rajesh, about our companies planning to invest enough. There was a recent announcement from Amazon, I read. They've announced that they will spend $700 million over 6 years to retrain a third of their workforce. And it's not the only company. I mean, similar news articles have come out about AT&T, JP Morgan, Walmart. They've all made news around this topic. And like I said earlier, there's no choice. We have to do it. It's organizations investing in their people because there are no ready skills, and people investing in their own skills because there are no traditional careers like we knew of it. The other thing I want to just end with is people are slowly moving away also from the stigma attached to distance learning. We all have this, relatively less credibility given to distance learning, but now with remote working, everything is distance. And now everyone's opening up their minds to it much more than ever. So the short answer is it doesn't matter where you skill yourself from, but focus on getting real quality and competence. And the companies have to help invest in making you apply that competence in their jobs.
Gopal, your views.
Sure. So I'm going to say a few things in Hindi, which probably relates to the general crowd. There's a verse from a dialogue from Three Idiots, which says, "Kabil hone ke liye padho, kamyab hone ke liye nahi," which means you study for being skilled, not necessarily because you want to be successful, right? And I think the question that you asked was, would people care about the certifications that you do? I think you should care about the certifications that you do than worrying about what people think. Also think about, as I earlier said, the courses and the certifications that you're doing should be aligned with where do you want to see yourself 3 years down the line, 5 years down the line. Don't do stuff just because others are doing, number one. Number two, at the end of the day, any decision on any kind of skilling or reskilling or upskilling should be a factor of what you have done already and how does whatever you're going to do complement what is it that you're going to do. Unless you want to really disrupt yourself in the middle of your career, and probably I know I mean lockdown has really made got the best out of all of us. A lot of us have become digital marketeers and digital savvy YouTubers, and I think that would require a lot of different skills as well. But as long as anything that you do complements with whatever you are doing and whatever you have done, I think that's what is most important. um, whether people look at LinkedIn and other areas, I think it doesn't really matter. I think what matters is the skills that you're gaining. How confident do you feel after doing any certification, right? I mean, in terms of proficiency, can you start applying those skills from day one of the learning? It's going to be a journey, and and the confidence of using the skills in terms of application is the most important question that you need to ask yourself.
Gopal, thank you very much for that. And